Welcome to Cruising With Kayfabe by Mongo.
Emily.
And today we are joined by the sexiest guitarist in Ohio, Brian. Brian is also from the band Undone, but he's also a four-time Jericho cruiser with us now, as we just got back from Six on the Beach. So thanks for joining us, Brian.
Glad to be here, guys. Thank you.
Four. I can't believe you've been on four of these with us.
Yeah, the COVID year was the first year. The wonderful 8-hour wait outside and taking the COVID test to get on and being anxious as hell the entire time. That was my first year. So yeah,
Nothing
that
can
was
keep you away now. You made it through
no.
that.
I'm there now. Yeah, I remember that first cruise. Just as Fozzie's playing us off, way late because we left way late. I remember looking over at Mongo and just being like, "Hey, man, thank you. Like, thank you for letting me on this because I'm coming every year." And it's been amazing, man. I've met so many cool people on this boat, and I don't see myself not going anytime soon. So we're gonna keep this party going.
That's right. Now we got November 2026, November 7th through 11th for. They need something. They need some sort of rock or wrestling theme because Seventh Heaven just sounds lame. So
I think they're gonna go with the birthday bash. I don't think it's just gonna be Cruise 7, the birthday bash, whatever. Like it's not gonna. I don't know.
Have a name?
I don't want it. I don't know. 7-Eleven, like that's also some stuff you could work with. What do you think, Brian?
I think it's gonna be 7 Minutes in Heaven or something like that. I think
that's clever.
Yeah.
Middle school-esque.
Yeah,
so birthday party-esque.
Yeah.
All right.
What were the other ones? There was 5 Alive, 6 on the Beach. What were the other
Triple
ones?
Whammy.
Triple Whammy.
Part 2.
4-leaf clover.
Yeah, part 2. Yeah. 4-leaf clover. Yeah, there's always some kind of funky nickname. So it wasn't always wrestling related either. So I think it's going to be 7 Minutes in Heaven or something like that.
I just want to know the port. I'm curious because they really stepped it up by switching the ports around. I love it.
This was amazing.
Yeah, when we get to this one, this is probably the best port we've been to on the Jericho cruise.
Well, the rumor is we're going on to Jacksonville this time, right?
Oh, it said Miami on the poster, so I guess that's not happening anymore for Jacksonville. Which I'm
okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, whatever. It's in Florida. I'm going. So, no, Dominican's awesome. I've been to not that port, but I've been to Amber Cove before, which is like right next door, and like all the excursions that they offered were the same ones that they offered this time, but the port we went to this time was much better because they had the pools right there, they had the lazy river right there. We didn't have any of that in Amber Cove. This is probably the best port that we've gone to. Nassau is cool, but this is way better. Mexico was fun. This is way better. I think they're stepping it up, so it's awesome.
And you got no injuries this time? Well, except for when you get back on the boat, I should say.
My toe isn't broken. My toe is not broken.
That is good.
Yeah. Thought it was. It's not.
There's always someone forgetting something on this trip. There's always someone injuring something. There's always some weird, awkward fight. Thankfully, we didn't have any of the awkward fights that I know, but there was some. We all lived up to our moments. I forgot my hoodie, and then she found it packed the whole time. So I froze in the airport for like 8 hours for nothing.
Why did everybody on this cruise have like a broken ankle? Like that's what I want to know. Like the amount of broken ankles and walking
convenient.
Yeah, the amount of broken ankles and walking boots I saw was inconsequential this time. It was amazing to me.
I know 2 of them were legit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know how many others were.
I know. Yeah, Coco didn't milk his ADA access at all to get to the front of the line. They had to pull him to the front of the line.
Yeah, the last day they finally made him, and that was fun. So, like you need this. Like, no, I don't. Like, yeah, you do. He's like, okay. So that was great because we got all the pictures really quick. So that was good. But it took him the last day.
Well, speaking of like meeting people, who would you say is somebody that you've been excited to meet and then exceeded expectations as far as all 4 of the cruises?
Jade Cargill was one on one of the old cruises. She was awesome. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about her, and then I met her, and I'm like, I like you more now. I care about your character much more now. There's a lot of people that were like that on the cruise for me. It sucks to say, but like I didn't really care about Will Hobbs until I got him on the cruise, and seeing his personality come out. Harley Cameron, that's a big one. Like last year she was on the cruise and she was fun, but like no one really knew her. This year like her personality's out and she was the star of the cruise this year.
Mhm.
Um, that's the coolest thing. The guns. The coolest thing about this cruise is watching people in their natural environment and being like, "You're cool. I like you now." Or the opposite way. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. Um, but yeah, you get to see the real person, and you're like, "I like you more, and I care about you more because now I see the real you," and that's cool.
Yeah. What about the guys you right know, Tony, Corey, Todd, and them kind of share with you like who they really enjoyed meeting? I know because we had Tony who was a first timer, so we had another first timer in the group, and that's always fun to see their experience when they come on board. Like, holy shit, when they just start looking around.
Corey and Tyler loved Sky Blue last year. They kept talking about her. She was great. Tony, this was Tony's first year. So Tony, the first year you just kind of take it all in, right? You don't like really go all crazy and all out. I don't think Tony met very many people. I think he just kind of watched it all happen. Um, I know he partied with Enzo late night one night, and he partied with Brad Williams late night one night, and he said Enzo was awesome. So I know he's pretty stoked about Enzo. Um, but yeah, Tony's not really like I'm gonna go up and bother somebody kind of person. He just wants to see it all happen and have like 7 Long Islands while that's happening. So
I was just
uh,
gonna say
yeah,
that man had the Will Osprey package. His hand was not empty at all.
Tony's a legend. Tony's gonna be a legend. He just I watched that guy literally down 7 Long Islands back to back, like chug them, and to walk away just fine. Like how are you alive? I don't understand. Like I'm foggy and I had four. Like what the hell? And I had them all day. Like I don't know how this dude's walking around, but
And
Tony's a
props
champion.
how respectful he was when even when he was a little inebriated. He wasn't obnoxious. He wasn't the one that you're
He
like,
was so quiet. I didn't even I didn't even know he was there sometimes. I would just turn around and he was there, or in pictures I noticed he was behind me. Um
he's just a
just
chill
very
guy.
to himself, and
Yeah.
it's
Well,
very
it's
rare that you
yeah.
see that. So I didn't hate it, but it was hard because it's like you want to talk.
Well, it's year one, right? He's shy. He doesn't know anybody yet. After you come back year two, that's when you start opening up more. Corey and Tyler were the same last year, I thought. You start opening up more, you realize it's the community of what it is, and it's great at that point. But yeah, Tony's a very respectful person, but he had the time of his life. He doesn't go on many vacations, doesn't get out much, and he's already talking about next year. He wants to get a cabin for himself and bring like 3 of his friends with him. So,
That's
um,
awesome. One
yeah,
of
I
us.
figured. Yeah, I think between like my group of Ohio peeps, I think we're gonna have like 3 different cabins next year. So
You're able to
that's
spell Ohio like they did with Nick Nemeth.
you saw that picture? Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. It's
instantly
gonna
thought
be.
of you because that whole Brad Williams joke, because it was the first thing when I visited you in Ohio when the Undone got to play for Josie Scott. I won't forget we were at Bert Kreischer and everyone's just spelling Ohio. And I look over at Ryan, I'm like, why the fuck is everyone spelling the name of the state? I don't understand what's going on.
It's a
They were just like,
football thing.
they'd be like, OH. And it was like, IO. I'm like, yes, congratulations. And
Yeah.
then Brad had the whole spiel this year in comedy. I about died. AJ was laughing too because he hates that shit. But I was dying. I'm like, I'm not the only one who doesn't understand the OHIO mentality. Is it like a cult?
Yeah, it's a Pittsburgh, not a Pittsburgh. What the hell? It's a not a Pittsburgh thing. It's a football thing. So yeah, it's Ohio State does it. So everyone around here does that shit. I don't watch football, so I don't really know. But whatever they can spell. I'm glad they can spell at a first grade level at that point. So it's cool. Not too many hits to the head yet.
But yeah, you guys had this representation up, boy. I think there was 100 plus people from Ohio. A lot of shout outs from the performers. Like, I think it's Brian's thing over. He's getting the groups. You're the one bringing all the people from Ohio.
I'm trying, man. But thing is, now I'm moving to Pennsylvania. So like, now I'm gonna go from OHIO to like saying yins all the time. So it's gonna be interesting.
That's right. We just got the East Coast dominated now.
Exactly, exactly.
I was just thinking Penn State.
Oh
Although
boy.
now, do you get to go to a Britsburg show?
Yeah, I'm not too far from Pittsburgh, so she's from Punxsutawney, which isn't too
Yeah,
far
Beaufort.
away. But she actually trained in Cleveland, so she's always been around this area.
Oh, that's cool.
I've seen Britt a bunch before, before she came up to AEW. So yeah, she trained at AIW. So she's always been around here.
So we go down to the cruise. Obviously we have our first night in the hotel, which I always thought is the funnest time, just getting to hang out before. We got to go to Hell's Kitchen. So I want to talk to
Wait,
you.
we're skipping a part.
We're not skipping a part at all.
We are skipping a part.
What do we skip?
So Mongo, myself, and our child get off the plane, and we have to go meet Brian with the rental. And I knew that Brian had something planned, but I thought it was only going to work if they picked us up at our terminal.
You knew?
So I thought this was only if it was at our terminal that they had assigned for Mongo. So then they come around, and I'm looking for the rental, and I don't even know what it looks like. I'm just looking for Brian driving a car. And all I see is a sign hanging out the door.
It said, "Josh, welcome back from prison." And Tyler's ginger ass holding it out the window.
So
Big Daddy Tyler, he's got his bandana on, his long ass beard parted from the breeze of the window. Looking for my daddy.
Yeah. While we're getting yelled at by airport workers, you can't park here. Okay, well, I'm gonna just go keep going then. Yeah. No, if there's one thing, Mongo, you got to know about me is if I'm gonna rib somebody, if I'm gonna prank somebody, everybody else knows. So everybody knew about that.
That's awesome. You'll have to make sure you talk like you did later. That is now going to make its way more north than it's ever been.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm an international traveler now. So.
But that started our travel shenanigans, and then playing the world's worst game at Jenga to get into this SUV with all 7 of our luggage.
Yeah,
we brought the majority of our bad.
I mean, there's 7 backpacks at that point. There's like 4 things of luggage. Like we're just okay, and there's 7 people. Like okay, let's start squeezing. At that point, but.
Thankfully, it was only half an hour, but made it to the hotel, and
a half hour turned into about 2 hours of traffic. But whatever, it's fine. We got there. So going the wrong way down a one-way road was fantastic. I love that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The GPS telling us to turn right, and we turn right, and all of a sudden there's a car facing us. Like, wait a second.
Guy pointing at me like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm going.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like honk on a caution, or he was just like totally shamed. He was like tisk 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 tisk, like waving his finger side to side, like I am ashamed of your driving. Like instead of saying no, you got to turn over here. Like it's clearly happened before.
He looked at you like you're a tourist. I'm like, we're by hotels in Miami. Everyone here's a tourist right now.
For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least we got to our destination. Then after
a beautiful destination.
Yeah, I already forgot the name of the hotel, but
it was Embassy.
No, Embassy Suites. That's what it was. Embassy Suites.
That was the nicest hotel I've ever been allowed to be in my life.
Allowed to be in.
That says a lot.
I cannot believe that they allowed me through those doors. They shouldn't have. It looked like a mall in there. That thing was huge, and that pool and hot tub outside was fantastic. Yeah, it was good stuff. That was a good day. It was a very blurry day, but it was a good day.
It's like you drank a bunch of Crown or something.
Yeah, it's like I brought 2 pints of blackberry Crown with me, and then someone else brought like a bottle of vodka. Oh God, yeah.
And it's like you drank it all at one day.
Yeah,
in the hot sun,
like an hour. That was real bad. So
trashed before we could even check in.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When I got the text that was ready to check in, I'm like, oh God, like someone has to go with me and help me right now because I can't even be a person right now. Like it was real bad. It was real bad. So
that's right, because then I got to cart your drunk ass to Hell's Kitchen. We got to all go to Hell's Kitchen and try out some delicious food from Gordon Ramsay.
While I sat there and tried not to fall asleep, so that was cool. Yeah. No, that was awesome. Like, yeah, insert picture here. Yeah, absolutely. No, like you're on vacation, right? We're going on a cruise. All the food's free on a cruise ship. So like we have one night in Miami. Let's go live it up for a minute and see what's going on. Fine dining is what I love to do on vacation. Let's go somewhere where we can't normally go. I don't want to go to a Hooters. So like
you do.
I do, but I don't. In Miami, maybe. But But no, like, so let's go somewhere we can't normally go. And I found Hell's Kitchen, and I'm like, there's one of these here. Like, let's fucking go. So we had what, a group of like 20?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had
Oh,
two
so
tables, about 20 of us. Yeah, I like that
yeah,
it was
so
set up like the show because I'm a huge fan of the show.
And I was
so I
shocked that everybody made it.
yeah, I know. They all had Boca Raton right after, and they all still went. So that was awesome. No, I was like you said, it looks just like the show in there, and like I'm watching it because I my seat was towards like the kitchen. I'm watching it all, and I'm watching, and I'm like, are they acting? Is this like, are they actually doing what they're doing right now, or are they acting like they're on the show? Like I'm not sure what's going on, and I still don't quite know. Like it was very interesting, but it looked just like the TV show. Insane,
Well,
but
one guy in front of us was cutting corn for the entire. He was because I could see him. He was in my peripheral at the counter. He was slicing corn the entire hour and a half plus we were there. I mean, I probably hate my life if my whole shift if I'm just sitting there slicing corn off the cob.
what even had corn in it?
That's I was trying to figure the same thing. I'm like, it's got to be a
Yeah,
garnish or something,
yeah, the Wellington sure the fuck didn't have corn in it, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. So
right?
yeah, but no, literally,
What
like
did have corn in it?
Probably the
I don't know.
salads.
No, we had both the salads.
Yeah, you guys got the tartare, and other people got the tartare too, and that didn't have anything in it like that. So, like, I don't know.
I think we
We
sampled
have
everything off
A
the menu.
sauce, maybe?
yeah, between 20 people, I think we got everything. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
If y'all
it
got the
was
corn, let us know.
it was up there, man. It was up there on like some of the best food I've had. So it was awesome. I've never had beef Wellington before, but that's what you get when you go there. So
It
I
was surprisingly good.
yeah, I didn't know what to expect, because I never had it. But if that's what beef Wellington is, then it was done perfectly. So that's fine by me. It was great.
Do you normally eat your steaks raw?
I mean, there's only one way to eat a steak, and that's the right way. So yeah, like I go medium rare. I'm a medium rare guy.
I was gonna say I'm a medium guy. She's a,
Yeah,
I don't want to see any color to it, girl.
it's okay.
I don't care
It's
how long
okay
I
to
need to
be.
chew it. It
I
tastes
do.
good.
It's okay to be wrong sometimes. That's okay. Like
She'll chew for 3 to 7
But I
business
did
days.
try this and it was very good.
yeah. By the time you're done, like you have lockjaw because you're just chewing on beyond the meat. Sometimes you're just done. Like, yeah, I just can't do this anymore. Like your jaw hurts. No,
Yeah.
medium rare is the way to have steak, man. That's it. So
No, it was. I liked it because it was definitely a good way to kick off the cruise. Because obviously, we knew getting up in the morning, boarding was going to be boarding, which it is what it is. It's like an hour and a half of cluster. Ours went pretty smooth. I thought ours was
With the
screwed up,
right friends.
but I hear you guys had some nice fun getting on that boat.
dude, this is my fault. This is all my fault. I take all the blame for this. So I have my passport. You guys know how this works. Like you gotta have your passport or other travel documents to get on. Um, I told Tony that, and Tony doesn't have his passport, so he brought his ID and his social security card. That should work, and it doesn't. So you need a birth certificate. You don't need your social. You need a birth certificate, and they were not going to budge. So they said you can't get on. I said the you have to have someone go to your house, find your birth certificate, send you a picture of it, and then it'll work. And we had like 3 hours to get that done before the boat left. So he's freaking out because we're in Miami now. So I went outside and I hung out with him for a while we figured it out, and we got it. We got it done. So that's good. He had his son leave work early and go to his house and take a picture of it for him. So that was cool. Um, After that, it was smooth sailing. But yeah, he had a hard time for a minute there.
Yeah, those camera things too. Even when you bring stuff, they don't work. I mean, they take my passport, they scan Emily's, they scan Cam's, they get to mine, it's not scanning. Like, oh, here we go again.
Yep.
I had this problem last year with my passport, and then they went out back, and then that was the weirdest part to me. Is they after you're done, they give you the thing. You go out back, you walk behind the desk. Like, am I supposed to be going back here? Did they fail us? Like, where are they taking us? Didn't realize that's how you get to the port, like the, I guess, waiting area. That
Yeah,
was an
yeah,
interesting way to go.
And I suggest like when you go, you meet up with your friends who have maybe been there longer than you and see if you can hang out.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to word this without giving away a secret. To see if you can like
You-
hang out with people that have been there longer than you.
Yeah. Maybe do some cutting, Absolutely.
Yes. Some scissoring.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
jeez. No, but how was it him first when he first saw the boat? Because that's always the reaction I love seeing is when you first walk on, they see the atrium, you see that giant chandelier, all the pictures, and just already start seeing talent mingling. When we walk on, Lance Archer, hard to miss, walks right by me. I'm like, oh, he's a big boy.
It's a big dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the same reaction we've all had, right? We get on that boat before the boat even leaves. We say we're doing this again next year. This is cool. Like immediately if you're here for this boat or not. And he had that. So just watch him look around, like, oh shit, like this is huge. And I said, yeah, well, I'll show you how to find a way around the boat. Like it's okay. And um, nobody realizes how big cruise ships are until you're right beside one, and you realize, wow, like ain't no iceberg taking this motherfucker down. So.
Don't say that.
We're in the Caribbean.
True.
We have a lot more to worry about if we see an
I
iceberg
feel
in the
like a
Caribbean.
giant sea creature or
Oh,
an
Jesus.
alien coming up out of the water is about the only way.
That would be the most metal thing to happen on this boat, though. That would be.
Yeah.
Meg.
We need like Jaws or the Loch Ness monster. Like that's
If
the
the
only way this is
Jericho
happening.
cruise goes out by Shark or Megalodon, think about the irony of Sharknado 2 or 3, whatever one Jericho was in.
Jericho wasn't in Sharknado.
Yes, he was.
That was
I mean,
Christian
if
Slater.
Jericho was
was
in
one of
Sharknado.
Jericho was in one of the Sharknadoes. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I've
was-
never seen him.
Listening
I've
to
never seen
Chris
him either, but
Van
I know he
Vliet
was in
this
one.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard him talk about it on Chris Van Vliet.
Oh, Jesus.
I think he was in. I think he was in 3 or 4, part 3 or part 4. I'm not sure, but he was in one of them.
I saw the first one was like, this is the worst I've ever seen. I didn't see any other one. I was like, there can't be sure, but not for me.
Yep. Yeah, that one's a lot. That one's a lot.
I haven't seen many of them either, but I also haven't watched Terrifier, so
Gotta get on that shit.
no.
She won't. Too gory for her.
Saw is my limit of gore, and I still look away for a majority of that.
Emily, he pees on Santa Claus.
Okay,
gotta
I can
watch
watch
it.
moments, but I can't watch like the whole thing. I need to sleep at
It'll be like
night.
5-minute like PG cuts. It's only what they show in the trailer.
Yeah, like
exactly,
Annabelle
right?
gave me nightmares. Come on.
Oh shit. All right. So what was everybody's, like for day one, you have Fozzy, you have wrestling. Obviously you don't have to say like which match because they're all kind of a blur to me too. But what was your favorite moment, I guess, from like the first day? Like what was your favorite like first moment that happened to you guys?
For me, I'm year 4. I know a lot of people on that boat now, and it's just seeing everybody, man. It's like a fucking class reunion. Like you walk in there and it's like an episode of Cheers. Everyone starts, "Hey, what's going on?" Like it's that. It's seeing everybody. It's reconnecting with everybody, seeing new people, and getting your wits about you. Getting that prime rib, on the buffet every day when it's out there. Absolutely, the first day they always got that prime rib out there. So everyone says don't go to the buffet when you get on the boat because everyone does. Go to the buffet, get the prime rib.
Everyone said that, but for like 5 years now, I've never had a problem.
Yeah,
No.
I always go there and then I head straight to the hot tub. That's what I do. So got to go to the hot tub on day 1 before it gets too cruddy in there. So
Human soup.
Milky.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. No, it's just it's that it's waiting for the sail away. It's waiting for Fozzie to play us off. Like that's a moment, and that's really cool. Especially opening up with Judas this year. Like that was cool. Like we were getting played off the Judas at that point. That's awesome. So
I
that's like
appreciated the callback.
yep, and that's like a we're here, we're going. Vacation has fucking started. That's like that kind of moment, and that's cool. So being around everybody and just singing that song together and just having a great time, like that was cool. That was my moment of the night for sure.
What about you, Em?
Sail away. The feeling of like getting into the glass to get onto the ship, that's when I know, okay, it's real. Vacation's here. We've waited all year for this. It's happening. There's always a hiccup that could happen, and I'd never want a chance, giving all my hope. So, yeah, I think getting into that glass and then sail away. Who doesn't look forward to sail away? The cheers with Brad.
I
It's
don't know.
always so fun with Brad. It's always so fun with Brad. It's
It
awesome.
is.
He
I
might
think
be
it's
one of
the
the best parts about the cruise. I mean, Brad is awesome every year.
and just the fact that he roasts everyone equally. I love it. It's like he doesn't hate; he discriminates everyone equally. It's
He's
amazing.
okay. I was put in a very uncomfortable situation between him and MVP because I was trying to have a conversation with MVP at the autograph tables, and Brad interrupted and was like, "Yeah, I'm here too." And I didn't know what to do, so I started talking to Brad and stopped talking to MVP, and he had to finish the conversation with Josh that he was having with me. And I was so uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to do, and I still am like, did that happen? That was really terrifying, actually.
She's not used to
I
getting roasted.
I was in an elevator with him one night, and he started popping jokes, whatever. That's what he does. And someone said, "Oh, we get a little comedy set in here." He goes, "Why does it got to be little?" I lost my shit laughing.
It's bad when someone told him the callback reference when we were in one of the restrooms and I overheard someone say, "Hey, Brad, I got your urinal." I just heard him say, "Shut the fuck up." I was like, "Oh man, not
The
the,
fact
not
that
the
he can
place."
just take those, the fact that he can take those jokes and turn it into something better, that's perfect. Like he's done it his whole life, I know, but like it's just Brad Williams is awesome. That guy's one of the highlights every year on that cruise. If they get a different comic, I'm not sure what I'm ever going to do.
Yeah, there's no way because he also tries to find a good mix for everyone, and I thought this year he did good bringing Jay Washington because he was a riot, and
He was
then
great. Jay Washington was
uh,
great.
I can say this: Nick Nemeth leaps and bounds above Ryan. Ryan should learn how to do comedy
Oh my
because
god, you're so
I'm
mean.
just saying, Nick Nemeth has the timing down, had everything down. I don't know. Ryan's just got that cringe personality. Nick's just seems like it kind of floating.
Ryan is just still looking for Chloe, okay?
Ryan's
So
looking for a laugh.
I've seen both of them. I've seen Nick do it a lot because I'm in Ohio. I'm near Cleveland, and that's where Nick's from. So he comes here every once in a while and does it. I've seen him do it, and he's good. I actually prefer Ryan. They're both very different styles of comedy. But oh god, that bit Ryan did that one year where he had that voicemail on his phone or whatever that he played. What was his name?
Oh,
Like
the
Tom or
obsessed
something.
boyfriend.
Yeah. What was his name? He
Chloe.
called himself Todd or something. Yeah. He's looking
Yeah,
for
Todd.
Chloe. Yeah, Todd. That was it. Todd. Yeah. I lose my shit every time I think about that. Like, that was great. But Dolph is Nick, whatever, is a lot funnier than people give him credit for. Big Bill was very surprising this year too. He was great.
And he took a
Um,
risk. That's hard to go out there and do comedy. As much
yeah,
as I
it
shit on
really is.
Ryan, it's hard to go out there.
It really is. Anyone who's that's not their wheel set going out there and doing it, that's really cool to watch. And Harley too. Harley did great with the puppets, and I watched that. That was fantastic.
I'm sad that we missed that one.
Yeah,
She was good.
I'm just curious, what is she Harley not good at? So she is a legit ventriloquist. You can tell because her mouth doesn't move. Like she's actually doing the motions correctly. She can sing with you're saying with Fozzy really well. She can wrestle. She's keeps learning. Like AEW struck gold with her. Like if they need to put their eggs that she is their female Chelsea Green. She is their comedy worker that needs some wins, but they'll sell the shit out of merchandise with.
I didn't even know that she didn't have a win yet until this week. And I've been following her since the very start because I thought she was so funny. Even with QTV, I was intrigued. I was like, there's something here.
She's special. She's very special. The crowd, for someone who didn't have any wins, the crowd's super behind her. And I think the cruise is part of helping that because we get to see the real her. That's what's so cool. Like somebody gets over every year after the
Mm-hmm.
cruise because we get to see how they really are. You hear cruise chants on TV. Like, last year after we got off, we got razzle dazzle chants, on TV. Like it's cool seeing, our little group of people have such an impact, you know, in like the long term of it. It's awesome.
Who do you think is this year's?
I think
As
Harley's
a
going to. I think Harley breaks out more because of this year. I think that's the one. Um,
I'm thinking
because
Harley and Big Bill too. Yeah, I think Big Bill will get his
Bill's, yeah,
face turned. His pop will be huge.
yeah, I think so. Bill's a really big one. I mean, I don't think Osprey gets any bigger because it's
Yeah,
impossible.
right.
But
It's
yeah,
impossible. He's already goaded.
He was just trying to
yeah.
live up to his own legend because he knew he set the bar so fucking high on Cruise 3. So he's like, I got to smash it. And he did because he was
Oh,
smashed the entire time.
that match where he brought the pillow out and he's sleeping on the turnbuckle. Oh my god.
And Danny fucking wakes him up with sex on the beach and he
Yep.
hulks up.
Oh, I lost my shit laughing on that one. That was good. It was cool seeing Thunder Rosa have more personality on the boat and do like the
Yes.
comedy matches and stuff. She was so she plays it so straight on TV. You know, it's cool seeing someone like that. You know, and man, if you showed more personality like that on TV, like people would like you a lot more. You know, and like I love Thunder Rosa. She's a great worker, but like seeing that made me like her a lot more.
It's
Um,
like you and I talk about all the time. It's like a house show environment. So it's like they're looser with how they wrestle, they're looser with heels and face dynamics. So you get to see more of their personality in the ring too. You know, even like you said that like even Garcia kind of had a little bit more personality. He had to show his little dickish side. He had to show his little dickish. He had to show his, and then you had,
I'm over here thinking about all
Black
the
Machismo the entire time.
motorboating. The amount of motorboating we saw in the ring between titties and ass.
Titty, baby.
Like, wow. Just, I have no other word. Wow. Like, I did not expect one match to have that much, let alone at least 4 matches probably had
Thunder Rosa served
TNA.
up some cake too, so let's just not forget that.
yep, I got that on video.
I think
No,
all
like
of us did.
seeing Jay Lethal do Black Machismo every year is just fucking money to me, man. I just that whole Elizabeth, can you marry me? Will you marry me? The Big Bill, all that. Just I love seeing that shit. Or like Curryman this year. That was so cool to see. Like so fun. Everyone just having a good time in there. They're not putting on 5-star bangers because they're not gonna get hurt on the cruise ship. Like they're just having fun. And that's all we're here for. We just want to have fun. So it's awesome. I don't need a 5-star match on that ship. I just want to laugh. I want to have a good time. You know,
I didn't get the
it's
one match I
I,
look forward to.
What was that?
The drinking game.
the Canarians drinking game every year.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
the first year that we were on board, it was Hangman and Kaz.
I don't
I
know.
can't
You
remember. It was Hangman and someone else, and they were flipping back and forth with a drink still in their hand, and it was just like cowboy shit. And it was everything. And then we had Cesar Bononi down a whole bottle of liquor, and then we had
a bottle of vodka.
like,
Remember that? Yeah.
yeah, like that to me is just so funny. I think Will did it on one cruise.
Well, I mean, you had Will revived with a sex on the beach. You had it shoved
That's
down
not
his.
enough.
That's not
Well,
enough
I mean,
alcoholism.
I didn't see this, but didn't we have like a cocaine contest in the ring this year or something?
Yeah, the masked brother threw cocaine at someone, and he was snorting off the mat.
So I mean, like, yeah, I think at that
We
point we're
missed that
just
doing your Balor makeup.
Yes,
best of. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
it wasn't as
Yeah.
cool as you think, and obviously for people listening in kayfabe, it was not cocaine, or if it was, whatever. But yeah, no, it was just he was just on the mat. The masked brother was hyping himself up, or if those know, it's Kazarian under that. But yeah, I also thought what was cool, not to skip too far ahead, but the last night when Curryman came back, and then they finally had Curryman and Chris Daniels in the same ring together because someone else was donning the helm. I'm like, that's so cool to see because he's always denied that he's Curryman.
Forever denied.
So I saw Chris in the elevator one night, and I was like, it was an honor to see Curry Man's last match, and he said, "Oh yeah, I got a picture with him. Look at this shit." And he pulled out a picture of him and Curry Man, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, how did that happen?" So yeah, that was pretty cool seeing that. So like he's ready for that shit. So that's fun. It's really fun to see that shit. You just never know what to expect in those matches anymore. Like it's just so fun, and everyone's here for it. Literally, like we saw a cocaine contest in the ring. Like what the fuck? Like like you never
I
know
saw
what to
Enzo and
expect.
Big Bill get back together. First time since like Mania 33 that I saw them in a ring together.
Get to see that whole shtick live is I mean I saw it at WWE a bunch of times, so I went to go see him live. But like seeing that whole shtick again, that's cool, man. Seeing Enzo back in the ring is awesome.
and how over it was. Like the entire boat lost their shit just at the the thought of him coming out. The whole crowd was saying how you doing before he was even announced as the partner.
Yep, exactly. Well, when they put up the picture of like surprise guest, like who the fuck else is that
Like
going to
yeah,
be? Yeah,
I said it was the dude from the Muppet with the red hair, Meeker, whatever his name is.
yeah. That's the only other person that could be at that point. Yeah, yeah.
All the
Pretty much what
crazy.
Enzo is, the fucking walking Muppet. So that's perfect. Yeah, it's
His little dance
yep, the little yeah. I love that
shuffle.
thing.
It was funny watching my man Nero was trying to do the shuffle over with his parents across the way, and I was dying laughing. I was like, my man. That was the other thing I thought was cool was that a lot of the kids on this cruise this year, there was a lot more kids Cam's age. So it seems like the parents who brought their kids on the first time, it's like the kids are aging up, but they're kind of aging up together. So it was kind of cool to see some of the little dudes that you used to see running around the boat. I know obviously Donnie wasn't there this year, but it's cool to see, like, as you see your use, you kind of see that the kids grow up like, holy crap, he got so tall, or he got so tall, like, oh my God, like Anton, come back on, show me pictures of his kiddo. It's like, holy crap, your kiddo's so tall now. Like, it really is that family reunion. And I think that's also my favorite part of the whole trip is just, it doesn't matter if I do every activity or one activity, as long as I can hang out with you guys or hang out with our crew the entire time, it makes the vacation so much more worth it.
Yep, exactly. The number one thing for me every year now is just seeing my friends. Everything else is just an added
Bonus.
thing at this point. And it just I go on a lot of trips. This is the vacation I look forward to every year. This is the one. Like everything else, I'll get there. But like this is the one that I'm looking forward to every year. It's like I'm already counting down the days until next November.
Hell
Like
yeah.
it's
So what was your to wrap up? What was your favorite moment? It doesn't have to be wrestling. It doesn't have to be music. I know it's probably gonna be the body surfing and out and making Lance Archer look like a rookie. But what was your favorite moment from the cruise or vacation itself this year?
making Lance Archer look like shit was great. I love that. I love that for me. Um, it's watching Mark Briscoe be a dad was really cool for me. When he brought his kids into the ring after that and all like that, I actually got a little emotional when that happened. So that was pretty cool when that happened. This is the first year that I cosplayed. This is the first year that I dressed up. So like seeing the response from like the Balor makeup and stuff like that was really cool. And selfishly, I'm not going to say that it wasn't cool, like turning every corner and be like, "Hey, that's Brian from the Undone." Like that's pretty cool, So meeting the downstate guys and becoming friends with those guys, that was really cool. They're just a state away from me, so we're talking about playing.
Collaborations.
We're talking about playing some shows together, So that's cool at that point. Like it's cool just the connections of people that I meet. Everything else is secondary. It is. I'm there for the people. Um, 98% of the people on that boat are amazing people. There's a couple bad apples, there's a couple annoying people, but you'll find that on anything. Um,
Yes,
everyone else is just beautiful fucking people. So I'm here for it. Like I feel like myself on that boat, which is not something I normally get. Wrestling fans know what I'm talking about. It's you're so used to oh, wrestling's stupid. What the fuck? It's fake, right? You don't get that shit on there, and it's cool just feeling like you're at home with somebody, and you can be sitting next to somebody, and there's something to talk about immediately. And I've been to multiple WrestleManias. Mongo, I met you at Mania 33. Like it's different because you go to WrestleMania and you have something in common with the person next to you, but they're probably going to be a shitty fan in some way, and they're going to complain about stuff, and whatever. They're going to be that kind of a fan. They don't have that on the boat. Everyone's just happy to be there, and that's always it's meeting the people and seeing the people is always my number one.
I like it. What about you, Em?
I just want to point out Brian just put complete perspective on my whole rant I do every couple episodes about the annoying people in the crowd around us at a show.
I mean, I've seen
Because
you
I
amongst certain
got so
flames of
used
people.
to it. Well, this is like I got so used to the cruise crowd, I forgot there's just regular old fans that don't fucking spend a couple grand a year to go visit everybody on a cruise ship. Like, that's right. You don't prioritize wrestling in your life like I do. Yeah. It's this year, I think spending time with just us. I prioritized us this cruise. I prioritized our 20-person friend group, couple people added here and there, but for the most part, like, I stuck to between 20 and 30 friends and didn't worry about the rest. And I think that that was incredibly necessary for my peace of mind this year, and it really helped.
It always does.
Because I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't trying to please too many people. It was literally, I'm doing what I can do.
Yeah, I've been into the same, you give the energy you give out mentality my entire life. And it's like, I'm going to hang with you guys in the group that we all have the same energy. We're all here to have fun. We're not here to start shit. We're not here to do anything but watch wrestling, listen to music, have some drinks, talk, laugh, walk around the ships, roast each other, like just make, have our own fun. Cause that's the thing. Jeff said it best. If you can't have fun on this boat, you're trying too hard. Like you're trying too hard to not to have fun. Because there's so much to do. Even if you don't like wrestling. I talked to a kid who wasn't even there for wrestling, but he liked going to the Magic show. He liked listening to Fozzy do the covers. He liked Downstate. He said wrestling was fun because he watched everybody else into it. So he's like, yeah, my mom brought me here just so she had some coins. She's like, but I had a hell of a time. So it's like, you have to work hard not to have fun. I think that's why I like being with people. It's like, yeah, there's going to be things that you don't like, but once you realize like, oh, who cares if you miss this show or that show? Because that was my first year. I think that's what bummed me in first year is I was so like, I have to do this, that it almost became a plan. And I realized after that, I'm never traveling like that again. Like don't travel, don't plan, just be spontaneous. I think that's the thing is I like the spontaneity of us. We're like, fuck
and
it,
we
what
were
are we doing
pretty
today?
organized this year. It was more of just our scheduling this year worked out so well with everyone. Like we had our time with AJ and Holly in the lines. We had our time with wrestling with everybody. Like I just feel like it was great. Like Brian and I had our one-on-one time while we were doing our painting and stuff, just being able to just talk and catch up, I guess. I hung out with Rachel in Miami.
Yeah, girl talk while she was doing your makeup. I'm just kidding.
We have a lot of girl talk. We have a lot of girl talk.
And then even like me and Holly, we don't get to talk enough. So it was just nice to have like more than just 5 minutes with somebody.
Yep. I mean, yeah, there's Rachel and Jeff that we're hanging out with every day. Like, there's Rachel and Alex from Detroit I got closer to this year. There's Holly in Philadelphia. There's Lacey in Pittsburgh. Like, there's so many people that I meet every year. And there's more and more every year. There's more and more. I mean, this is awesome. It like you guys touched on, seeing the non-wrestling fans get on that boat and still have a great time. Like Sarah from Canada doesn't watch wrestling, and she's on that boat every year having a great time. That Liz girl that Peter was with last year, from DC, she wasn't a wrestling fan and she had a great time. This is for everybody. As long as you have an open mind, you're going to enjoy what's happening at that point, and it's awesome.
And if you like movies, why don't you like wrestling? Action movies. Why don't you like wrestling?
Braveheart is fake. Braveheart is indeed a fake movie. Absolutely.
The entire Blair to work, brother.
They are glorified stuntmen who do everything in one take. If you watch an action movie, you should appreciate that. That's why so many wrestlers go into acting, because they can do their own stunts in one take. That's why it always works.
No, I agree. I think it's a great metaphor to it, and I think that's why there's such crossover, and that's why it's always cool to see that crossover. Like seeing Jericho and Terrifier 3, and seeing someone dress up as his character on the cruise. I thought of Ryan because someone dressed up as his nurse character and got a picture signed, and Jericho signed it in gimmick from that movie. I'm like, that's so cool. Like he recognizes that people don't want Chris Jericho's name on the 8x10. They want the character name that he played in that movie on the 8x10. He recognizes that. And I think it's cool to have all these mingles. And I said it to a couple tattoo artists. I think what they need to do step up next year is they should have a tattoo deck on there. Just bring certain prices, have a list you sign up for. So obviously, you can fill out your time. They did it on the Walking Dead booth right in the gallery. They set up little benches for everyone. I think it'd be cool if they could bring wrestling tattoos. I put that in the survey. Like a wrestling tattoos on board would be pretty sick.
It'd be a cool thing. It'd be a really cool thing. I'm
I
not
would
sure if
do
I would.
it.
I'm not sure if I would participate because then I can't get in water. But other than that, like it's a great idea. I love the idea of getting tattooed. Maybe the last day I do it or something like that. That way I don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
worry
hundred
about getting in
percent.
water. Yeah, yeah.
Like before you travel.
Like you make your
Yeah,
appointment ahead of
exactly.
time with them, and then you have the sterile environment where they can handle that. I mean, who does the art gallery?
I
Well,
mean,
that's what I'm saying on rescue. I think that's such a misused area for wrestling fans. Because no offense, I don't see one wrestling fan like, I really like this painting from 1934 with the water lilies in the background that's pressed. No, we're like, where's our
exactly. Right.
burritos?
I mean, with my luck, we'd hit like turbulence in the water whenever I'm getting tattooed. It'd be like off road tattoo on Jackass. That's what it'd be
Like a
like.
Steve
So
O.
yeah, exactly. Henry
But that's why
Rollins,
they
you
have their class where
motherfucker.
they could fix it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Like, oh, well, we have this wave design for that reason.
Yep, we're gonna turn that happy little mistake into a happy little tree, the learning
Exactly.
tree. Oh boy! On that note, before I go too far off the rails on this, I think it's a good time for us to wrap up. But before we do, Brian, I want you to plug down on you. You got a bunch of big shows coming up these next couple months, so I want you to let everyone know where they can find you and what you gotta be playing.
Thank you, brother. We are theundone.com is our web address. You go there and all of our music's on there. All of our music links are on there. We're on every streaming platform. In the process of doing a CD right now. I'm actually going to the studio tomorrow to do guitars for it, so that's great. Um, a lot of big shows planned this year. One that I really want to push is April 12th. We're at West Side Bowl in Youngstown, Ohio. If anyone's near the area, it's a big festival. It's called Life's a Beach, but it's worth living. It's a festival I'm putting on myself. I booked all the bands, I booked the venue, handpicked all by me. And it's a festival that's it's for suicide prevention, which is a big thing for me. My father committed suicide in 2018, and this is kind of my tribute to him. And I want to do it every year. Um, Proceeds are going to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, which is a charity that I also handpicked for this. Um, it's going to be a big night. It's going to be an awesome night. It's a lot of happy tears, a lot of sad tears, a lot of everything. 9 bands on the show. Every band's a banger. We have bands coming from out of state come play with us for that. That's going to be great. And as far as other big shows, hopefully we have a big announcement coming soon for one in the summer. It's going to be a big one. Not ready to announce that one quite yet, but keep your eyes peeled. And we'll be having a CD out pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that as well.
Hell yeah, brother! That sounds good. Looking forward to hearing the new album when it comes out, and obviously wishing you the best of luck. April 12th, Youngstown. I can say personally now, you put on a great show. It's such great energy, and if you pick the bands, it's going to be a great time. Because
Thank you, brother.
I'm not just
Thank
saying
you.
this because you're about you have a good taste in music, and you know a lot of the artists in the area. So I know you put people on there who are going to rock that place. So that's
Thank you,
awesome.
brother. And if anyone hasn't filled out their survey yet, make sure to put the undone on there because
Absolutely.
yeah, we'd love to come play that. So yeah, our my goal, my personal goal, is to get on the Jericho Cruise for sure. Our band is full of marks, and we're ready for it. And I think we mesh well with the crowd on there. And you guys are feeling nice. Please put us on there.
Absolutely. They never
So
found
what
there as
about
artists.
if we could figure out how to get you on stage with another band, perhaps?
I mean,
Would that also satisfy?
it helps. It helps. I'll do anything on that boat. So whatever. I'm here for it. I'm here for it at that point. But what you got in mind?
I'm just thinking manifestation. If
Okay.
Downstate comes back next year, who knows?
I mean, I will totally play Kingdom Downstate in like 2 seconds. I will do that
Hell yeah.
in a second.
Tear that boat down. Just not all the way down. We need to float back.
Speaking of Downstate, let's just throw this out there really quick. Why does that singer look like Juice Robinson so bad? I thought it was Juice Robinson the entire time.
So did someone else who got a picture thinking it was Juice.
Oh, dude, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
Poor
Solid
Zach.
dudes. Solid dudes. Zach was a great guy. Solid dudes. So, um, but no, I hit him up after I got off the boat, and we followed each other on Instagram, and hopefully sometime we can make that work. So,
Hell yeah.
they're from Fort Wayne. We already have a connection in Fort Wayne too, so there's a good chance that we go out there and play with them, or they come out here and play with us. So it just depends on what they want to do. But we're hoping. So
That'd be
That'd
awesome.
be sick.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, definitely make sure you stay tuned. Our vlog, I'm almost done, about halfway through editing it, so it should drop soon. Brian is featured in that, showing off his surfing skills on the Flow Rider. So keep on to our YouTube channel at Cruising With Kayfabe, as well as all of our socials at Cruising With Kayfabe for all the updates. We're gonna milk the shit out of this content because we just paid a lot to go on the cruise, so we're gonna make sure we can pay to go on the next one.
Fuck yeah.
So until next time, I'm Mongo.
I'm Emily. And
I'm
always
Brian.
keep the kayfabe.
Keep the
And after that
kayfabe.
one, that's right. Always keep the Brian.
Thanks, guys.
Have a
I
good
was
one,
gonna
everyone.
say cut it all out, but that sounded
No,
good.
we're keeping that one, baby. Have a good night, everyone.
So if you're not down with the Jericho Cruise, we got 2 more